gentlemen, welcome back. Our podcast series, Aymers Have the Power, is going very well with a lot of success. And today I'm very happy because I'm interviewing one of my favorite colleagues, someone I know since ages. So please let's welcome with us Albertino. Good morning, Albertino.
Good morning, Jodita. Good morning, everybody.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. And
I
you?
know I'm good. I know you were scared because I have 40
Yeah.
questions and I have to decide which one to ask you, but I always like to make a little game and ask, a few lucky numbers. And so we go through the list for the 40 questions and then we'll choose the one that are the best for you. But before starting, so a few words about yourself, who you are and what do you do in Ayming?
Okay, so I'm Albertino. I'm the head of the local tax department in France, and I work for Ayming since 2004. So from ages, as you said, and I have the pleasure to manage a team of 35 consultants, and that are really, really different one from the other. The common point is that the expertise is and the human abilities are really great. Are really something that I care a lot about.
That's nice, and we can feel it because also from a cultural point of view, you're living in France, but
Yeah,
originally you're from Portugal, right?
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so this is also bringing a lot of international mindset and cultural
Yeah.
care while working with you and interacting with you. This is something I can prove. So, are you ready to go?
Let's go.
All right. So, first lucky number.
Let's say 21.
21. Okay, let me go through the 21 question. All right, there you go. A decision you made in 10 minutes that had consequences for 10 years.
Yeah, very good question. Actually, we had one discussion with a client that heard about a claim turning about the electricity tax, something that we didn't know, we didn't expect. It was in the end of 2013, and in 10 minutes we decided that that would be very interesting to deep in, and we claim several millions of euros, more than 200 million euros. But this was so huge that it goes to the courts for France, the European courts, and then came back again to France. So this lasts more than 10 years because, in fact, the first claim has been introduced in the end of 2013, and the first result has been reached in 2022 until 2024. It was really a long story, but a successful story that has been decided very quickly.
I really like this answer because, in fact, it let me think about the fact that this is when we say Aymers are pioneers, is because if we are really setting the listening mode to understand our client's need, our client's pain, or our client's challenges, trouble, is there where we turned a problem into a solution. And this solution can become a real successful project for us. So that was really interesting to listen to you on this experience you had, and you made a decision quickly. It's an instinct in 10 minutes. So congratulations. I like that. So first question is going very well. How do you feel?
Well,
Good. So
perfect.
let's
Thank
go
you.
for a second number.
Yeah. Okay, let's say 12.
12. So question number 12. Ooh, that's a tricky one, Albertino. So a moment when you could have left and you didn't. What kept you?
Okay. I
We
have
want to
one.
know. We want to know. So go deeply.
I have an example. I was still on the trial period in 2004. It was already the beginning of 2005. There was a recruiter that was really wanted me to join another company. As I was in the trial period, I went I wanted to have a discussion with the director at the time. That was Anthony Shulov, that you know. And I came to him and I said to him, okay, it's 5 months that I'm here. I would like to speak with you to know if everything is all right, if something is wrong, if I have something to manage. And he said, oh, it's perfect. Come on, let's drink a coffee. And during 30 minutes, I tried to keep from him something wrong, something that I should improve so that I could go to another company, and it was impossible. It was, oh, okay, you are making a so good job, and with the relationship with other consultants are so great, that in fact I called the other recruiter at the end of this meeting and I said, I'm sorry, but I will not come.
That's nice. So it's telling a lot about recognition. It's telling a lot about understanding the engagement and how young talents are putting effort into what they are doing. So you were trying to find excuse, but at the end of the day, when you have a manager that really appreciates what you're doing and is open the door for you to keep growing and invest in your talent, it's certainly a good reason to stay. So related to
Exactly.
that, now that you are in a high leadership position, okay, if one of your team member might come to you and might have some doubts or considering like you having another option on the table,
Yeah.
how do you act? Which are maybe one of two questions you ask them to really understand?
I had the case once. We were already in Levallois, and when I arrived in the morning, one consultant was speaking with his manager, and he was telling to this manager that he wanted to resign. And I say, okay, all right. Why do you want to resign? What do you want to do? And in fact, he wanted to change completely the practice and the way of working. He wanted to go to a state company. And I say, why? But why? Why do you want to change? Because I've already said to you that, and to the management, that I would like to have more commercial part. Commercial part is really interesting me. And what I'm doing now is, it's okay, but I am not projecting myself in that way. And I say, okay. And if I Ayming is able to provide you one a commercial task, is it okay for you? Would you reconsider resign? And he said, yeah. So I just answered him, okay, give me 3 hours, and in 3 hours I will give you an answer. And I went to speak with Florian Kosowski at the time, and he received it. He didn't go to the commercial way, but he stayed 3 years more.
Wow. So this is a nice story, and thank you shared that, Albertino, because once again, it's about listening, but you use two key words. So why, always important to understand the why and the what. And in fact, a career in Ayming is most of the time you knock on a door, you try,
Yeah.
you dare, you talk to people, and there's plenty of program we have, such as Move With Us, Boss of My Work Life. So at least me and you, we can say that, we started as an internship and maybe we had a lot of doors that were closed sometimes, but as others at the right moment were open. And this is the way we build a career and progress and, reskilling and upskilling of people. So thank you that you shared that. I think it was a very nice stories. So let's go to another number.
Okay. Let's say 3.
Number 3. So that's easy. Is there a client relationship that lasted so long, it became something else, something closer to a partnership or even a friendship?
So many.
That recently we even have celebrated the
Yeah.
Ayming alumni and we kick off the Ayming Galaxy. So this is a very nice question. Let's listen to you.
Exactly. In fact, that was really a good surprise when I started as a consultant in naming. It was that once we deliver some high-level contribution in our work, we start to have a good relation professional with our clients. But once we are able to get out, just make one fit across, just to the left or the right, it doesn't care. For example, we can I invited some clients to lunch or for dinner, and the fit was really the very, very interesting. It was really nice. And for example, the head director of Danone, the tax director of Danone, at the beginning, he was challenging us. And as he was challenging, he was the first one that challenged what we are our audits, and it was really interesting because we are not used to, and we started to speak more than that. We eat together, and then he became a friend. He became a friend. I have already been at home, and he went at mine, and this at Danone, we have. I'm sure you have also Judita in your circle. The same thing for a lot of other clients that became really good friends. But for this, we have to have this event that make it happen. The alumni is a good, I think, a very good proposition. From the latest time, we have also the Wine and Business Club. That was really a very good occasion to share a meal with the client and to become friends. And what is really interesting is that even in life isn't done like that. Sometimes friendship goes down a little bit because we have all a lot of things to do, etc. But the relation is always strong, and we still keep in touch, and we always work together. So that is really
And
nice.
let me say, I don't want to conclude, but because I still have one question for you, but I would like to build on what you said, that you are an Aymer who invests a lot into relationship, into the values, into creating the right way of communicating. Because in fact, how many former colleagues we had, and if there's one person they always ask me about is Albertino still there? How is he? Say hello to him. So this is a proof of the fact that you're really authentic and genuine in the way you build a relationship with people. And so I value a lot what you share with us, and I would like to thank you for that. Albertino, one last question because time is running,
Okay.
but I like spending time with you. So this is a short one. I choose for you, okay? So what do you love most about working with people at Ayming?
I think it's all linked and related with what we have just said. What I really most like in Ayming is the difference of the people. It's such value, human value. They are different. They are from different cultures. They are different experiences, different studies, different ages. We have in my team, I have people that are retired just this year, that will retire in the next year. But I also have people that coming from 2 or 3 years of experience just after school. And putting them together, it's such an added value for, first of all, human speaking, in the as you said, in the values in which I believe in, and that Ayming provides. So for me, it's really something very important that makes me come to the office every day with a smile and with the willingness of growing and growing together.
Albertino, let me phrase it differently. So we like the way you
Yeah,
are, guys. So don't change, be the change because we value your
exactly.
stories. So this was Albertino with us today. Thank you very much, Albertino. So it was
Thank
amazing
you very
meeting
much,
you in
Judy.
this context, and see you soon to everyone. Thank you.